We'll hear from Judge Curt Werren. A graduate of McKinley High School, Judge Werren earned his Juris Doctorate at the Ohio State University College of Law. After law school, he began his legal career at Day Ketterer, where he practiced for almost 20 years before becoming the executive director of the Stark County Regional Chapter of the American Red Cross. Judge Werren later served as a judge of the Stark County Court of Common Pleas, where he worked with programs dealing with veterans, reentry, and addiction. Judge Werren currently serves on the Canton Municipal Court, where, in addition to his other duties, he presides over the Recovery Court, which is a specialized court docket to treat those with addiction and related issues. He has also presided over the court's Polaris program, which is the court's specialized docket for those with mental illness. His volunteer service has included a wide variety of organizations, including the Stark County Board of Mental Health and Addiction Services. Please welcome Judge Werren.
Thank you, Judge. You didn't say we practiced together at Day Ketterer, where you were I was mentored in the best possible manner. But welcome to you, good morning to you all, and welcome. Thanks for sitting out there and staring at me for a while. While we get up to speed, I am here in Stark County. I am at the Canton Municipal Court, which is the court where Walsh students would go if they ever got in trouble. Dr. Jusam, I never see Walsh students. That's the best thing to say about this institution. It's fantastic. However, we do the Canton Municipal Court obviously is the lower level court dealing with a lot of issues. I was just talking to Judge Stormer. I say, your people on this other end of the mental illness are more ones we would see. We'd find them incompetent. They might be not guilty by reason of insanity. And unfortunately, we're probably washing our hands of them. Hey, here's our order. Go out, get treatment, do this. And she's probably at the other end, ones we can't help it as much. So on our level, we're dealing with those who obviously mental health issues, addiction issues, and we set up a couple different courts. But our mental illness, they're not incompetent. They're everyday people. They're normal. But we have to break the stigma with them and with ourselves every day. These are all of us, and it is part of that recognizing, yes, you have an illness. It's okay to say you have an illness, and it's okay to take action, and you will recover if you take the right steps and you can get into management. So a quick picture of Stark County. Stark County, I was in the Common Pleas Court. They have courts dealing, Veterans Court, a drug court they call the Chance Program, and they do a couple both drug and drug traffickers. They have started a domestic violence court. They have a reentry court, and maybe a couple others. With the mental health, they have a probation, and they call it a track. It's called the HOPE program. It's interesting under Ohio law and how the justice system continues to evolve. This idea, we do run what's called specialized dockets. You get certified by the Supreme Court and you sound all fancy, I run a specialized docket. But the bottom line is, it's just a matter of, you know, that there's been probation, there's been community control, there's been this idea of rehabilitation for a long time. Initially it was, okay, go see a probation officer, and I as a judge may see you back if you start to fail, and I'm gonna give you a punishment for your failures. And it's changing that philosophy to saying, get the judge involved, be more collaborative, have a team, maybe bring outside professionals, sit and go over how is this person going through rehabilitation in the mental illness and addiction area, how are we getting them their treatment, how are they responding, and then a judge serves to kind of see people, to offer a lot of praise, hope, punishment where necessary. We're really not in the form of punishment, but hey, therapeutic adjustments, you're not behaving, a gradual increase of sanctions to this is what's going to happen before you're terminated, before I have to see you back. So I'm trying to see you in court in a non-punishment method before you would ever have to come back to a judge to see you. So as the justice system evolved from that and adopted that, they formed specialized dockets, which are really acknowledged team approach that we do. So the Common Pleas Court has several of those for mental health. Their mental health is not a specialized docket. They'll probably get there. But they still have this proactive approach where it's not just a probation officer. They have a whole team-centered approach with agencies in our community to focus on mental illness. And then with addiction, it is judge-centered. So in our judge-centered world, both our Polaris program at the Canton Municipal Court and the Recovery Court are specialized dockets. I meet with, and here's how my team is set up, a Recovery Court. I'm looking at Keith. I see ComQuest. I have at least 3 treatment professionals from ComQuest who meet with me every week. In our room, there's probably at a minimum 8 people. We have someone from the Mental Health and Addiction Board. We have 2 probation officers. We have myself. There may be a defense attorney. The prosecutor is welcome to be there. They're there many times. And at least 3 to 4 professionals from ComQuest. They're treating. I have the counselor right there. I have someone from RECOR who's dealing with these people. So we have a full team centered, and every week we're talking about cases. And as you go through our program, it's a multi-phased program. You come in, you see me every week, you phase out into every other week, and further out as you come through. You obviously start with more acute addiction and let's get you sober, talking then into about relapse and things. And the same thing with mental health court, multi-phases to obviously lead to a graduation. That's what we all want to see as a graduate of our program, which means we hope to have met some criteria to say, you know how to take care of yourself, you know what you're doing. On the mental health aspect, again, they haven't committed high-level crimes, they're homeless. Both courts deal with the co-occurring. A lot of people in the recovery court were also getting into appointments for their mental illness. We're also trying to get medication. We're also battling with which one do you treat first and relying on a lot of professionals. Our Polaris court does the same thing. We have probation officers who oversee both as well to kind of balance people back and forth where necessary to see what's most acute at the moment. So that's a little picture of what we do, but it's a very team-centered approach. Our mental health court works with a couple other agencies in mental health recovery, and we deal with a lot of homeless, maybe because of their mental illness, you're going to be in jail, otherwise we know, we accept jail isn't the right place, we don't have the institution for your level of care, so what are we going to do as we try and manage we are really truly managing it out in the public, and we're going to see you back and help you manage where we can. So I'm glad to be here to share with you anything else we can today.